I really wish, again, I had something better to report to you guys. But yeah, Trump made a comment once again, and markets are reacting. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. Here is your super quick market update. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. Again, I hope that you learned something new. If you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. NASDAQ market, like we talked about in today's earlier video, ended slightly in the red, down 0.3%, but then overnight hours, it literally gapped right back up 0.3. So you can't make this stuff up. Literally a flat day. We talked about this in our live trading session with the LPP team today. We saw the consolidation. Markets really did not make new lows. They did make lower highs, but not lower lows. So a lot of consolidation, very choppy. It was a great day to be cash. And again, hopefully for those LPP members that watched today's live session, were able to kind of pick up on that there was very little progress in the downside and definitely very little progress on the upside. Again, if you ever want to tune on in to our live trading sessions, like I've said before, it's the second link in the description down below. You have 4 hours for the current sale that we have going on, so feel free to check it out. With that being said, the big news again that we want to talk about is what Trump just said. So Trump is now stating that now he is seeking compensation for the war that we started. Obviously, I'm on the U.S. side, right? But this claim is just out of nowhere. I would love your guys' take on it. What do you think? I don't know how he just comes up like, okay, today, Monday, August 10th, he's just like, yeah, F it. Like, now I want compensation. This might be the art of the deal of just coming up with bullshit and then just spewing it on Truth Social, but markets did not like it, right? As soon as this got announced, oil prices went to go rip back up because, again, it's the likelihood of a potential deal or peace agreement being signed is now less likely because it doesn't seem like, again, we're actually working on a deal. But yet last week, remember, why did markets celebrate? Markets literally celebrated to return back. SPY, right? The S&P 500 ripped all the way back up, made new all-time highs, all based off of the idea that Trump figured out a peace deal. And Trump has made this very clear, right? He's made it clear that he understands what he's doing. When he signals a peace deal, markets celebrate. But when it's confirmed that it's not true, markets sell off. He's like, it's beautiful. Other people would call it market manipulation, but Trump calls it beautiful, right? With that being said, what does this deal consist of? So now he is saying that even though never mentioned in any of our previous negotiations or meetings, but it is an interesting idea because now I am likewise demanding compensation from Iran for all the people that they have killed and gravely wounded on the roadside. He goes so on and so forth, right? Obviously, it's so sad to see that real American men and women have lost their lives to what seems to be such a pointless war. Like, I thought if we didn't want them to have nuclear weapons, I thought Trump celebrated that we decimated their nuclear plant where they refine uranium, and it was a huge win. I thought it was a clean attack, right? Like, we flew in, attacked, we flew out, no boots on the ground, like everything was such a big win, right? But then now this, it's like, bro, like, why are we prolonging this? Why are we still there? With that being said, he is now saying that I have instructed my representatives to put this firmly into any and all future negotiations. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And I don't think the futures liked it, right? U.S. 10-year Treasury, 30-year Treasury, 2-year Treasury are ticking right back up. Remember, this percent, 4.7, 5.2, 4.2, that is the interest, the yield, the interest that the U.S. pays on money that it borrows. We're $40 trillion in debt. We pay $2 trillion in interest payments alone a year. And the same thing happened with the Japanese dollar. Why are we paying attention to the Japanese dollar? Japan is the largest foreign holder of U.S. treasuries. If it gets worse for them, they have to intervene. If they have to come up with cash, they might begin to sell U.S. treasuries. If they begin to liquidate U.S. treasuries, they create a lot of supply, maybe not enough demand. U.S. yields will begin to go higher. And then how do markets react? stock market will drop back down because money is rotating out of the stock market into US treasuries because they're going to take advantage of that higher yield because it's pretty much guaranteed money being paid back by the US government. But the US government's Trump is just going to complain because interest rates should be lower. Again, you can't have lower interest rates just because you make terrible decisions as president, right? He's made some decisions that have been good, right? Stronger borders. I think that we all agree on that, so on and so forth. But this I think it's like unanimously agreed upon that why are we still there? It's just so sad to see, like just a few weeks ago, a young woman and a young man died. And one of the attacks that Iran had on the US and one of our bases, and for what? Like, we would hate to see that eventually this whole prolonging of the war, imagine there's just a bunch of insider trades because of this impeccable timing that we later find out that it's Trump and his insiders enriching themselves while in public office. Again, I'm sure that's going to be a whole debacle within itself. But for now, markets are still incredibly resilient, right? Still trading nearly at all-time highs, yet there's enough red flags present that you shouldn't be afraid to be invested into the market. You should just be self-aware to not use leverage. Take what's happening in South Korea, a lot of leverage traders, a lot of liquidations at overbought levels. You never want to be greedy. Don't be scared to be invested, but don't be over leveraged at overbought levels. I had a total of 3 trades, 3 different stocks that I traded. I made 762, but I was actually up over 1,000 on this overbought reversal for PLTR, and actually just cut losses on it quickly because there was such little progress that when I closed this short, I actually gave back $250. But it's fine because I then began shorting Micron because Micron pumped up, became overbought, and then corrected. Altogether on the day, I made $4,100. And again, one of those trades was caught in our live trading session with the LPP team. Like I've said, I trade live every morning. If you ever want to tune on in, you get to see all of my good trades and also all of my bad trades, right? But most importantly, you hear the thought process behind each trade. So especially if you're a beginner and you're more of a visual learner, these live tradings are more for you. It's the second link in the description down below. And even before you sign up, just check it out, right? Scroll down and you can preview a recent live trading session. So even before you join, you can watch one to see exactly what to expect before you even make the decision to join. But remember, you have 4 hours until the sell ends. With that being said, the only other trade that I ended up taking was Rocket Lab. It reported earnings, it gapped down. I shared it with our LPP team. I bought the dip, it began to rip up, and it moved almost 4% from overall lows to overall highs. I guess it was a total of a 4% move, but I didn't catch that full thing. I just made $1,600 buying the dip, selling the rip. I love trading oversold and overbought reversals. So again, tomorrow, Supermicro and CoreWeave report earnings. And then last minute, I do want to remind you, for those that didn't watch today's earlier video, Wednesday, 1 hour before the markets open, we have the CPI data report, the inflation report. This will move markets. So another reason to pay attention, and I'll do my part in going live and keeping you guys up to date. So I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that we're in a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.